And we are live. What's going on, YouTube? It's T Reaper back again. And sorry it took about a week and a half. Everybody has lives, and we all want to delay until unfortunately Mr. Tuckmaster could not be here with us tonight. He said we could do it without him, but he will be here with the next next episode that we do. This is my personal take on Pony Damnation and what I personally think about all you haters out there and all you hate coming at me hard and all this kind of fun shit. But I have my boys Cyclonus 245. I have Mr. Silent Thor. He's just gonna be the Tucker because he is Andrew Tucker. So he's gonna be standing in for Mr. Tuckmaster since there is two Tuckers that are usually on this show. So but shout out to Mr. Tuckmaster, and we're gonna talk about our personal thoughts on the whole Scalebound situation, the what we want to see from Scorpio this year, and just our personal honest opinion on the whole Pony Damnation and how you ponies are full of hate. You guys can't take a simple troll. I mean, I piss on your station and you guys just go right up my ass, and it's just all fun and games until someone gets really fucking offended, like Black Bond. But see, Black Bond got really annoyed when I showed him a picture of my full bed, and he got pissed because he sleeps on some cotton mattress or some shit. I don't really know what the hell goes on with that. But anyway, so everybody introduce yourselves real quick. Cyclonus, you're up first.
What's up, folks? You sure know me by now. I'm Cyclonus 245. Mr. My Opinion Counts. And I'm the one the Xbots fans congratulate, but the ponies for some reason hate. And good to be on this show. And I'm ready for this podcast. Let's go.
Mr. Silent Thor, what's your intro?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Andrew Tucker. You can find me on Facebook, Andrew Tucker, also YouTube, Andrew Tucker, and I'm just here for another podcast, man. And hope you guys, enjoy.
Okay, so our first order of business is obviously the whole big Scalebound debacle. Now, I've already said in my last video the other day that I personally don't really care. Scalebound was one of those games. It was a JRPG. It was one of those hack and slash. I know a lot of people were excited about it. Me personally, I saw it. I saw a reason to buy a game, beat it, and then be done with it. Were you guys excited for Scalebound? What did you guys think of the whole cancellation? Do you think Microsoft was right to take their money back after they got screwed?
I'll put it like this: I'm probably one of the biggest Xbox fans or fanboys, whatever. People who know me want to call me, but when I first saw Scalebound, I'm being honest, I was not impressed. And before you start throwing stones at me and crucifying me, Xbox fans, listen, you don't have to like every Xbox exclusive to be an Xbox fan or Xbox fanboy. I hate that people have this notion that you have to buy every exclusive that's for your console preference, which is not true. Fanboyism comes with knowledge, not about what games you buy. And I will go back to this. When I first saw Scalebound, I was not impressed. I saw the trailer, I was not impressed. And what I thought about the game, didn't like it. I thought it was lackluster. It looked beautiful, but it's supposed to be a RPG.
It's supposed to be this.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be this guy that puts on headphones and rides dragons and beats the living shit out of creatures.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a JRPG, which is cool, but I'm not interested in JRPG, so I was not interested in Scalebound. I knew ever since the first moment that I witnessed that trailer, I was not buying the game. I was not buying that game. And with it just recently being announced that it has been canceled, didn't have any effect on me because that was a game I was not getting, I wasn't interested in. So I don't care if Scalebound comes out or not. Not interested. Scalebound canceled. Who cares? I wasn't getting the game anyway.
Okay,
That's
good
all I have
point.
to say.
Okay, good point. Tucker, what do you think?
Well, me getting back into gaming and basically, being still kind of new to the Xbox One and now owning two Xbox One S. I'm proud to have a Xbox One S. Still have my 360. I'm a big Microsoft fan. Have supported Microsoft for a long time. Um, I can say I looked into the game. You know, it looked like a very interesting game. A very fun game. Uh, Fan friendly game that I know that a lot of people that are into them type of games will love it. And I know they was disappointed uh, that the game was canceled because I guess Scalebound was one of Microsoft's biggest games and exclusives that they was looking forward to for a while now. What it was 2 years that they ago when they announced when they
Four.
well
Four.
4. Wow, so that's a long time. So
Yeah,
so
it's
I
been
can
in
understand.
development since 2012.
Wow. So I can understand why people are really upset, why people are heated, why people are pissed, why people really want to knock somebody's head off. Um, and really disappointed at Microsoft. It was a low blow uh, for the people that was expecting to have this game. Was waiting for this, patiently waiting for this game. And now my opinion or what I think about it, like I said, this game seems like it's a very fun game. Will it be a game that I would have purchased day one? Absolutely not. I can't say that I would never end up buying the game or playing the game, but it wouldn't be a game that I spend a lot of time playing. It's just me, just my opinion. But I can also see why a lot of people would want to buy that game, and it just people are into that type of game. I can see why, but it's just not for. I guess
Not for you.
it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's not for
You
you.
know,
Yeah, the other thing is like Microsoft had this in development for a while. The problem was that the devs basically they took time off, they didn't hit deadlines. So when Phil Spencer went and reviewed the game, he didn't like what he saw, and I'm gonna take my big boss next gen 720s. He axed the game because he didn't feel that if it kept going, it wasn't going to be ready until 2019, 2018. So it was not even going to come out this year if he kept, pumping in money that he wasn't getting what he paid for. And personally, if I don't get what I pay for, I would have axed the game too. And it looked great when they showed it at E3 last year, but it's just a game. The other thing that I want to touch on what Mr. Cyclone said earlier was the fact that you don't have to buy every exclusive. Me personally, T Reaper, and shout out to the 4 people that are watching. I don't own 3 Xbox Ones for its exclusives. Truth be told, the only exclusives that I play, or they're called Microsoft exclusives now, since Microsoft partners with Windows 10 and all that kind of fun jazz, are Gears of War and Halo. Halo is a game that I will play on a daily basis, and I will play customs or regular matches until I get tired or I get get burnt out on it. But it is a game that I play on a weekly basis nonetheless. So if Halo is the only exclusive that I really truly play, why do I have an Xbox One? I'll tell you why. It's called Xbox Live Service. Xbox Live is the reason I own 3 Xbox Ones. Theoretically, I own 4, but one belongs to my brother now. And I have the only reason on this God-given earth that I chose to buy the Pony Station was the mere factor that I wanted to troll the Pony community and piss on that shit. And I pissed on it real bad, except then you guys all decided to ask about my prostate, and I don't know if that's any of your business, but it's whatever. But I have Xbox Ones for Xbox Live, and I had the piss station just to do a joke. Now that piss station is now in my closet. It is now dormant. And unless for some unknown reason I heard news that Kingdom Hearts 3, last night on Beastfire might not even come out for it. Shout out to Mr. MVP. He brought that out. So if Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't stay a multiplat, I have something to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on. If God of War 4 comes out at the end of this year, like it's slated to do, then I'll have something to play God of War 4 on. But I'm not gonna play that for PSN. I'm not gonna use it for media usage because I have my Xbox to do that. So it's like you don't need to be an Xbox fan just for the exclusives. You can play the multiplats on it. You can play the multiplayer on it. You can use the services that it provides. I have a friend that only used my Xbox, I shit you not, just for the Netflix access until his internet, was able to go back up. So it's like it has many other uses besides these exclusives that are slowly becoming, Microsoft exclusives because, Microsoft no longer believes in the, one exclusivity content. They want to combine it with Windows. They want to combine it with, Xbox Play Anywhere program, all that, you buy one game digitally, you get it on both PC and Xbox. They want to give it more, a PC based, feeling than in past generations. What do you think, Zach Bonus?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just doing something real quick. Like what you were saying about the exclusives. See, with the Xbox One, it has so many dimensions, not just games, functionalities, and features and advancement. There's so many things. The Xbox One console is just it's just so diverse. When when you speak on the gaming aspect of the Xbox One, I want to go back to what I mentioned earlier about the Scalebound, because I don't want people to, hate me for saying that, because I know there's a lot of diehard Scalebound fans out there that was really expecting this game. But I go on to say this. Now, minus what I said about the game, that is just my opinion. My opinion doesn't reflect on other people's opinion. I'm just one person. But I will admit that I think it's a big blow to, Microsoft, because they need a game like that. A game like that is needed. Is it needed for me? No, but it's certainly needed for a majority of gamers out there.
It's
so I
needed
think
for that diversity.
Yes, I think it was a big blow. I really haven't read the whole article and all that because I'm not that interested in Scalebound to actually read about what went on and why it got canceled. So all my information I get from he say, she say. But I go on to say this. It was a big blow. I know a lot of people expected the game and they were waiting on the game. And I feel bad for them. Honestly, I really do feel bad for the people that were waiting for this game. Because, Xbox One needs those exclusives. We need those exclusives. And we certainly don't need a game with the scope and the scale of, Scalebound to actually be canceled. Like, that game looks like it was going to be huge. A real big major AAA title. And for it to get canceled, it's really it's not too good. So I'm speaking for the people who were following the game, that were anticipating the game. I can understand your pain and your anger towards this issue, but like I said again, my opinion is not yours, and me personally, I really didn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to elaborate because I know a lot of people are probably mad at me, like "fuck him," you don't like Scalebound, fuck him, But it's not that.
Well, no, because I had a comment in the comment section just now saying that, the House of Gaming, sir, if you're watching, if you're going to troll this video, go right ahead. It doesn't really bother me. But he said that Microsoft could have compromised. How are you going to compromise with the dev that you give them money, you give them 4 years, to develop this thing, and it's still missing deadlines. It's still, people are taking vacations off the deadlines. The devs studio is taking, they're spreading their stuff way too slim because they did have other projects besides Scalebound. I think that if this was your most anticipated project, you would have actually honestly, decided to do, your whole studio on this one title, and I think it's due to the fact that they were spread so thin and didn't have enough people to complete the project that's why it was canceled.
But then they released, I heard they released like at least 4 projects between.
Yeah, they did.
time.
That's why they spread. They had so many people working on different things, but not just the Scalebound thing. Like if you're working for Microsoft and they give you money to give results, I would expect you to produce those results within said time and not spread it across 4 different projects and just say, oh, we'll just put off Scalebound until like Sony does. Sony says, oh, this game is going to come out 10 years in 10 years from now. They give the devs the money and then they take their sweet ass time. Microsoft isn't like that. They want their stuff done within a timely manner, and if it's not done in a timely manner, it gets canceled. That's exactly what happens. You don't screw with Microsoft's cash. That's something that Microsoft doesn't like people doing. Like, they pay you to do a job, you do the job, and then problem solved. But if you give them the money, they don't do the job, they like to put it off. Then when Phil saw the recent build, he was like, oh, I'm not liking this. I'm gonna axe it. Like, what do you think, Tucker?
I most definitely can agree. You know what I mean? It's like, these guys, I could say Phil Spencer along with Microsoft, they know that this was a game that millions and millions of people was going to buy, a game that millions of people was looking forward to, and for what went wrong, I don't know. I haven't digged that deep yet. You guys may know, but all I know that people was disappointed. And is it a bad look for Microsoft at this particular time? I can say to a certain extent. I'm pretty sure that Microsoft is known for making it up. Making this situation from looking like a bad situation to making it look as a good situation, because I believe that they as far as the to the Scorpio, they people are just looking for something that they were looking for something that was going to hold them over, what I'm saying, basically, until the Scorpio comes out, and then excited to hear at E3 what's gonna be on the Scorpio or what they're bringing to the table. So this is something that they was really looking forward to, and how they dropped the ball on this on the Scalebound situation is, like I said, I have to look into it, like you may know, but all I know is that this is a situation that's really is gonna make Microsoft look bad in a way. They're a big major company, what I'm saying, one of the biggest companies in the world, and Xbox being one of its big brands. So I believe that they're gonna make it up to the consumers, to the fans.
Yeah.
But just right now, it's just not, to a certain extent, it's not a good look.
Yeah, I agree. Like it wasn't the, like, to me, Scalebound was just one of those games that I was just gonna pick up, I was gonna beat, and then it was gonna get shelved. Everybody was looking forward for that next hack and slash, because the last time that we had a hack and slash was Rise, and that was at the launch at the launch of the Xbox One. So it was like, it's been a while since we had a true hack and slash, and that Scalebound did look, it looked pretty cool to me, but I didn't really see the story. I didn't really see too much into the story before it was canceled. So it was, it was more of a pretty thing, like Cyclonus said. But it was, it was just one of those games that I was going to buy, and then I was going to beat, and I was going to be done with it. But that's not to say that, all of a sudden, Xbox is done, Xbox is dead. Scalebound got canceled, we're all screwed for 2017. I don't believe that, because I'll tell you what is in my library coming up. I'll tell you that and these are all multiplats, by the way, because multiplats, by the way, are games, just so you trolls honestly know that. One is Resident Evil 7 is in my library. Ghost Recon Wildlands is in my library, and Mass Effect Andromeda is in my library. Red Dead Redemption 2 is in my library, and then I have to pre-order the Scorpio when it is finally announced. I have to, and by announced I mean like the pricing and stuff like that, so I can pre-order it. I need to buy a new television. I need to get Crackdown 3 if it's confirmed, Sea of Thieves, and then the new Battlefront, as my boy Xbots 448 said today in his video. So shout out to him. And the new COD, God help me. And all these games are in my library. They don't have to be exclusives to count you an Xbox. All they have to do is they have to just say Xbox One game. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be an exclusive to count you. An Xbox player. Because hell, look at half the people that play Xbox Live. Half the people that play Xbox Live don't even play true Halo anymore. Half the people are either on COD, they're either on Destiny, or they're on Madden, or they're on NBA 2K. We have a bunch of friends that are on the Division right now. It's like people play Xbox just for Xbox Live and just for the interaction and the social interaction in general. So it doesn't have to be an exclusive to be counted as something that you play on Xbox, because half the time when people say like, what do you play on Xbox, like I play a whole bunch of stuff. I have like a library right behind me, and most of them are not even exclusives. They're all like multiplayer games, because that's basically what I use Xbox for. I use it for multiplayer. I'll tell you this though, when the day comes when God has smite my reaction time to the point where I can no longer play multiplayer, the piss station might be looking pretty good on that social reject option, because I might honestly pick that up and start playing those games, because I can no longer be the multiplayer, honest gamer that I honestly am right now. But that those years are still at least 5 years in the future. So right now, as long as it has multiplayer and as long as it has a social interaction piece, I'm gonna buy it for Xbox. If it's an exclusive piece and it interests me enough to buy it, like God of War or Kingdom Hearts 3, and or even Horizon Zero Dawn, Dead Stranding, I'm not gonna get the Spider-Man game, because that Spider-Man game, doesn't interest me whatsoever. But games can be bought. They don't have.
Hold on now. You get off Spider-Man now. Get off Spider-Man. That Spider-Man game look like it's gonna be kind of fun there, buddy.
I've never been a Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man game I played was Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was the last Spider-Man game.
Order in the court. See, this is what the people come here for. Yeah, y'all want me to give them that work, right? They want me to give Sony that work. Now, let's speak on Spider-Man, that piece of shit. All right. Sure, Spider-Man is an incredibly popular Marvel superhero, but Spider-Man has been milked to the point of no return. Not saying I'm getting tired of Spider-Man, but the thing that really caught me, right, with this is, I don't know if you guys checked out the video, or you may have seen it or didn't see it, but I advise you, if I could, I would leave a link to it. What baffles me is that there was this guy on YouTube that did a video comparison of the Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 4 Pro console and also for the PlayStation 4 vanilla console. And when he did the side-by-side comparisons, for some strange reason, the Spider-Man game was running better on the vanilla PlayStation 4. Now, I would say that's shocking due to the fact that this is new hardware on the market compared to the standard hardware on the market, and you're running them side-by-side comparisons, and the one on the standard hardware is actually running better. That was a travesty.
Exposed.
That was a travesty.
That's it. That was it. No, they got exposed.
As soon as I saw that comparison video, the first thing I thought about, get Spider-Man the fuck out my face. Fuck PlayStation 4. Fuck Sony. Fuck out of here. Fucking liars.
Well, check this out. That's the one reason I will get the PlayStation 4 Pro, just to play Uncharted 4 and Spider-Man.
Don't get Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is the Indiana Jones version of Tomb Raider. It is the dullest shit on.
But why would you get a PlayStation 4 Pro when the vanilla PlayStation 4 version of
They don't
Spider-Man,
sell the
it looked
PlayStation
better.
the vanilla PlayStation anymore. Didn't you know that? They only sell the Slims and they sell the Pros.
Well, you can still find that piece of shit somewhere. Oh well, the Slim is the same console, so you might as well just get a Slim.
And
Might as
y'all
well just get a Slim.
leave Spider-Man out.
Leave Spider-Man out of it.
Spider-Man, I don't give a damn about the PlayStation 4 Pro, but you got to leave Spider-Man out this situation, okay? For real. You know what I'm saying? Leave Spider-Man out of this.
Spider-Man will fail as long as he's marketed with that stinking ass Sony.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know this about the Spider-Man game. Spider-Man now, the movies now belong to Marvel. Marvel had to pay Sony $2 million for the Spider-Man rights. So Marvel now owns Spider-Man the movie rights. The kicker in the hardcore deal of it was the fact that Sony keeps the game rights and Marvel gets the movie rights. So Marvel gets the movie rights for $2 million. So Sony's no longer making Spider-Man movies, thank God. And then they get the game. So that's kind of the Marvel owns Spider-Man showing off. Shout out to you in the comment section now that I'm talking. Marvel owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Hey, won't you think it'd be cool if Microsoft got into the movie business though? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they have enough money for it. I mean, the kicker is they've tried, and they had to shut down the entire television division like 2 years ago in Europe. Didn't you hear about how all those people lost their jobs? They shut down those divisions though. That's kind of the thing that sucks. Is like it was all over E3 that year. Wow. The only thing they kept from it was the Halo Nightfall movie that they made that year. So it was prior Halo 5 when this happened, but that was the only like the television thing that they kept going was the Halo thing. A Halo movie is still supposed to be made, but last time I checked, it was Peter Jackson who was supposed to make the movie, and then he shrugged off the project. So it's like we're still waiting on a Halo movie, but I find it funny because Uncharted's getting a movie. But supposedly they couldn't get Mark Wahlberg to do it. So it's
man, they get Mark Wahlberg. That he the perfect guy to do a movie like that. And don't get me wrong, like you know what I'm saying. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. I did a little walkthrough on the game and everything, and I'm not trust me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna never probably buy a PlayStation, own a PlayStation ever again, or even play Uncharted 4. So if you hear me saying I want to get a PlayStation 4 Pro and try Uncharted 4, I'm just kidding, just messing with you. But check this out. The game, like, it's a very as far as looking at like the story mode, it looked like a very interesting game. Now, if they do a movie like that, based on that game, I can see it being a good movie, especially if they got my boy Mark Wahlberg. That's just my.
That would be. He would make a perfect role for it, but I was listening to someone said that he turned down the role or he didn't want the role or some shit like that.
Oh man,
I bought all those Uncharted games, and I had a friend of mine come over for like 3 days to try to beat them all. Now, of course, the kid put them all on hard, and he was an idiot for doing that because even I could have finished it within 48 hours of doing all four.
Yeah,
if he had speed run it, but he chose to do it on hard. So he couldn't finish all 4 of the games, and then he didn't win the Amazon card that I promised him. So that's kind of the other thing about it, which is kind of too bad about it. But I have all these Uncharted games, and then I have God of War 3 that I personally want to beat myself. And I'm right now I'm in Hades Palace right now, and I'll turn that dust bucket on when I'm all good and ready and have nothing else better to do.
Not ain't gonna lie, Reek, man. I wish that could be one game that could have been our exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Which is Uncharted, because it looked like a very fun and interesting game. I never played the old Uncharted. Well, I don't know. I can't.
The old Uncharted's are dull as hell. Like I played it that's like going in. Like I did play it for a little bit, and I was totally lost. I was like, what am I playing? It feels like I'm playing an Indiana Jones version of Tomb Raider. That's what it honestly feels like. And that's kind of the sad thing about it.
I played it for like a half an hour at a friend's house, and it was like utter shit.
Yeah, I can see why you only played it for half an hour, man. Because if I had to beat that entire game, I would have been like,
yeah, I was done. A half an hour. That's all I needed to gather my thoughts about the game. I just wanted to check out the mechanics, the gameplay, the graphics, the feel for the game.
But you know how
And
that Uncharted actually sold like 8 million, like they say it did. It's because all the Slims are now packaged with Uncharted 4 bundles. So every time a Slim sells, an Uncharted 4 sells, and that's like the quickest, easiest way to sell that game is to sell it with the bundle and sell it with the bundle on the holidays.
And I can believe that. I can believe it could be the bundles that the people have purchased, but I can see why that it did the numbers it did, because like I said, it seemed like a very interesting and fun game. You know what I'm saying? As far as the story mode, like a very fun and interesting game. And I can see why that game, like they say, have a big. It
has a big following. Yeah,
I can see why. I mean, everybody's
I understood it. Like at first, I played Uncharted 4 for a little bit, but I felt that I needed to get the other three to like learn the backstory, because I felt like it was like you go into Halo 5, but you haven't played the first 4 and you have no idea what's going on in the story. So you're like totally lost in the actual like input of Uncharted 4. So that one looked like the better of the franchise. But I hadn't played the first 3, so I hadn't honestly checked it out. The kicker was that my friend had already played all the first 3. He wanted to play 4, so I had him stuck beating 1 and 2, but he couldn't. He never got to play 4, so he was over here for no reason, which was kind of amusing. I mean, I don't hate on all things like shown off in the comment section. Yeah, God of War is great. I grew up on God of War. I'm a big Greek fan. Not sure how I feel about the new Norse mythology for God of War 4, but we'll see. I know my buddy Troll will love that stuff, because he's big into Norse mythology, and that has to do with Loki and Thor and all that kind of fun jazz. So it's that mythology that the new one is going into. So we'll see how that really turns out. And then just like the games that this year has offered, I don't know how good it's going to be until come December 2017. We won't know what the year has actually looked like, and after the release of Scorpio and after all this fun jazz after E3, right now we're just in the beginning of the year, and it's just the first crack of the year was No More Scalebound. The first crack of the year was my my wonderful pony troll joke that everybody took so seriously, and everybody wanted to make a video about it. It was just all in good fun. But the thing the other thing was that the new God of War, they say it's Kratos. The problem is Kratos is dead, and Norse mythology is actually way older than it's like one of the oldest mythologies out there. So it's like I don't it might be he might have the Kratos look, but it's not like the God of like the Greek Kratos character that you're going to see in the God of War 4. It's going to be a totally brand new Persona concept.
God of War is trash.
Don't let next gen hear you say that.
Trash. Just like Sony and PlayStation. Not interested.
The one game I'm interested in is Kingdom Hearts 3. That's the game that I would honestly buy a PlayStation for. But now that I have one, it's just sitting there collecting dust like a dust bucket.
You know what? I think just with the whole Spider-Man thing, it might be good for hardcore Spider-Man fans.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Sony it's like in a way they're strong arming people into like buying the PlayStation 4 just for the game. And that's kind of like the same thing Rockstar had did with, Grand Theft Auto 5 to try to be like as many console sales as possible. Where remember the PC gamers was like forced to buy the console versions if they didn't want any spoilers. You know what I mean? I say it's a good business strategy some way, but I just feel like with Spider-Man, if you're taking like a beloved character away from, the hands of like millions of gamers out there, I don't think that's right. I just think Spider-Man is like a character that everybody should be able to game.
Hey, everybody give a quick shout out to Kelvin. He's in the comment section. Shout out to Kelvin.
Yo, what up, Kelvin, what's up?
Yo, what's going on?
That's the Farrakhan of Xbox, bro.
Kelvin is the one who actually wanted me to do it today. So the reason we're doing it so late is because Kelvin got it under my ass.
Yo, Xbox Illuminati. Stand up. That's the leader right there. Kelvin the leader. He's the leader of the Xbox empire. someone. But yeah, but like I was saying, um, but like actually, how many sales you think Sony will get from this? Even though Spider-Man is partially Sony's property, but when you look at it, how many like gamers do you think will actually buy a PlayStation 4 just for the Spider-Man game?
Oh, I don't see
I don't
Spider-Man
think
being a
many.
seller unless you put it in a bundle. When you put it in
No,
a bundle,
I mean, I can totally understand like other exclusives, maybe like God of War or that trash ass Horizon Zero Dawn bullshit. But Spider-Man, uh,
I mean, I've never been into too much into superhero games to begin with. So it's like those old school Spider-Mans on the like the PS2 and the 360. Like I never really like got into them, but they had their following. They people love everybody wants that Marvel versus Capcom concept. Everybody's waiting for that. It's just not my cup of tea. I mean, I honestly mainly only play shooters. And if it's necessary, I'll play action adventure games. But the one games I'll step away from are RTS. I absolutely hate those. So you won't see me playing the Halo Wars 2. May God have mercy on my soul from the hater community. And you won't see me usually playing like strategic games. Like what's a good example of one of those? Sports games is another. I hate sports games. I don't play sports games. So I'm very picky when it comes to titles, and most of the you were gonna say something?
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. You play what you love to play. You know what I'm saying? You play what makes what you're gonna have fun with. You know what I'm saying? You can look into a game, you can spectate, and you can be like, oh man, this gonna be a good game. And it's good that we got YouTube nowadays because we can look at a walkthrough of a game and we can know off.
Oh, I love that. I hated that back in the day when I'm trying to beat something and it's freaking 3:00 in the morning and like there's no walkthroughs and you usually had to buy the walkthrough at the store. Now people will actually do the walkthroughs for you. So, but it's always annoying because I'm usually the fastest one to complete everything. So even when I'm stuck on something, I can't find someone that's farther ahead of me to say this is how you do it. I usually have to wait a week. I'm like, I'm the first one to get here, so what the hell am I supposed to do? I'm your walkthrough. So I was like, I can't. Like that's what happened on the COD Infinite Warfare concept was the fact that I streamed the whole game. The problem was I had it stationary for like 10 minutes while I was answering the door. So I had a whole bunch of haters on my comment section like, what are you doing? Why are you standing still? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to answer my door. I forgot to pause the stream. So that was my fault. But at least you saw the entire Infinity Warfare story on the channel. Notice I stayed away from those side quests, but Infinity Warfare was just like Infinite Warfare. Sorry, not Infinity Warfare. Infinite Warfare was just trash. Besides the story was a classic, sacrifice, in the heat of combat scenario concept. I did like the guy from Game of Thrones in it. I thought they had an excellent cast, but that multiplayer is like it's like sewage. It's worse than it's ever been. And I just don't know how like the people like Drifter, people like T Martin, people like Thunder. I can't imagine playing that COD for a living right now because it would just drive me insane.
How you feel about what people, because you got a lot of people out there, of course they saying it. What y'all feel about what these people that's saying that okay on the Xbox One they're giving us these same games, these same titles. They're not giving us anything new. We don't have many exclusives. What you say about that? How you feel about it, what they saying?
Well, the whole thing about the whole no exclusives is the concept is like Microsoft no longer views exclusives as exclusives like it did in 360, like it did in the OG Xbox. Exclusives to them is anything that runs on Windows, on the Windows platform, or the Windows iOS. So anything that is Windows 10 or Xbox One, that's their version of exclusive. So if it runs on PC and it runs on Xbox, it's an exclusive to them. As long as it doesn't run on PlayStation 4 or any of the other Windows iOSs that isn't like Windows 10, then Microsoft is making a profit, and that's that's all Microsoft cares about. But I think it really depends on what you like to play, because like now that I have the dust bucket in my living room, I can honestly say, and my thoughts honestly have not diminished from this. There isn't that much that I want to play on the PlayStation that isn't a multiplat. Something that is on both Xbox and PlayStation, I'll buy it for my Xbox. If it's only on PlayStation and PlayStation is one of those companies that still has those type of solid exclusives, because it's not on PC, and it's not on not on Xbox. Their form of exclusive is PlayStation only still. So as long as it's only on the PlayStation form, it's an exclusive to them. So they have they don't have a lot of AAA titles nowadays. The big ones are Uncharted, Bloodborne, The Order 1886, and The Last of Us, and God of War, obviously. But it's like God of War isn't given. I'm still waiting for the new Kingdom Hearts, because I used to be a big fan of that, but I didn't play any of the side games. So I didn't play any of the ones that were for the 3DS or for the the reamped version of the PS3. I just played 1 and 2. Those were the only 2 games that I honestly played.
I just want to add something. See, the thing what a lot of people fail to realize is that you don't. It's simple. It's simple elementary. That's all it is. People just don't look at things and see the bigger picture. And that's why I chose to do YouTube and do certain videos on certain topics, because there's a lot of people that just don't understand just the simple things. You have them right in front of your face. You read them every day, but you just don't analyze it. And you don't acknowledge exactly what you're reading, or you don't comprehend well. Now, when you go back to the Xbox brand and, Xbox exclusives and things of that nature, if you really look at the track record, it has become evident that, the Xbox business is really no longer about selling Xbox units. I mean, they do sell. They sell extremely well. They're doing great. But the business is not about selling units. And I wish people please just wrap your head around that. Like Phil Spencer does not care if you upgrade from an Xbox One to Scorpio. So as long as you're an Xbox user, growth, ecosystem, get it? It's different over at Microsoft than broke ass Sony. We're talking about a functional ecosystem. An ecosystem is judged on growth. Please, ponies, if you're out there listening, please just repeat that with me. An ecosystem is judged based by growth. Ecosystem is something Sony doesn't have. They can't afford to keep up a stable ecosystem. Now, right, all right, now I'll go on to say this. I mean, yeah, there needs to be like, a certain number of, Xboxes out there. True. But what matters most to Microsoft
is the software.
Now, yes, is that you're an active user of Xbox Live and their ecosystem. Purchasing games, DLC, and most important, Xbox Live, playing online.
Yes.
Whether you're doing that through an Xbox One, an Xbox S, Scorpio, or Windows PC, or some other device, is little of importance. It's not really that important to them. They're basing their company structure off growth. They are an ecosystem. And once people really find out what an ecosystem is and narrow it down, then you understand why Xbox games are truly Xbox games. They're part of an ecosystem. And I wanted to do a video about that because so many people just have a hard time comprehending what the ecosystem is. They talk about the Windows 10. The Xbox games go to Windows 10. You don't have exclusives no more. They're the fucking dumbass piece of shit ponies. That's what they preach. But these dumb fucking retarded ponies don't know what the ecosystem is. which baffles me, because if you understood what an ecosystem is, you would have a different train of thought of what Microsoft plans for the future of gaming and where they're trying to take gaming. It's
Okay,
simple.
Cyclonus, we got a question from the King right now. The King asks, that's Kelvin. Devs don't look at consoles; they only look at active members online? Question mark. You want to answer that?
Hold on. Repeat that question.
Devs don't look at consoles; they look only at the active members online. He's asking a question.
Oh, do they?
No, he's asking like really. He's asking that's what they look at. Is that really what they look at?
Yeah. I mean, it's very important to devs, especially if they're making a game with online functionality. I think how many people that visit their servers or playing on their servers are very important. So we could the clear winner would be Xbox, because we all know Xbox Live is the most dominant online gaming service. So
yeah, that's like Kelvin. That's like me. That's like me being a COD producer and I judge how many active people play my game online by how many users I normally have per day. And seeing as the new Call of Duty was the worst ever sold, period, worse than Ghost, and I didn't think anything could get worse than Ghost. That's actually kind of sad. But they look at the active user base on a daily basis. So it's like if a game is dead if you go into a lobby and it takes you 5 minutes to find a match. The game is decently populated if you go into a match and within less than 30 seconds a match loads up. So it's like it's more judged, the population is more judged by how many people use it daily. And
then, you know what else that's funny, Kelvin, that you asked that, because that is a video that I'm going to do probably right after this podcast. That is something I wanted to speak on. I'm glad Kelvin said that, because if you really look at 2016, Xbox Live engagement has reached 3.9 billion fucking hours. I say no more. I say no more. Kelvin, we won. We won, Kelvin. Let me repeat this for the fucking stupid ass ponies. Xbox Live engagement has reached 3.9 billion fucking hours.
Okay.
For Microsoft in 2016. That is fucking amazing.
Oh, all right, Cyclones. I was gonna save this for another episode. But if you had to if this is for a friend who probably won't watch this, but I'll make him watch it because we're gonna answer his question. He wants to know if he wasn't an Xbox, if he didn't play games at all, if he didn't have a PlayStation, he didn't have an Xbox, why should he invest in Xbox? So if you understand that question correctly, so say he didn't have any system whatsoever, why should he choose Xbox over Sony or Nintendo?
I could talk about that.
That's a good question, is it not?
Yeah, it is a good one. That's a good one.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Because there's a flip answer to that question that I have, but there's a flip controversy to that. But I want to have the Xbox guys try to answer that question for my friend. See if they have a decent reason.
Well, this I'm gonna let Chuck go ahead after I say this.
All right.
I'm gonna just say two things. The server, we have a better server. Can my two buddies agree? We had a better server. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do my research. I do my homework. We had a better server. You know what I'm saying? That's not even the word on the street. That's just actual proof.
That's the actual cloud talking.
You know what I'm saying? We had a better server, and on top of that, just the experience or that you on the Xbox is way better than the experience on the PlayStation 4. And then to me, I say the UI, the user interface is boring on the PlayStation 4.
Oh my god, that shit that's the one thing that turns me off on the PlayStation. But continue, yeah.
Yes, that is terrible. The user interface is terrible. You know
But
what I'm
it is
saying?
familiar, is it not, to the ones that are familiar with the PS3 and the PS2? Is it not still familiar to them?
Yeah, and I can't believe how people actually love that shit. Like I can't believe it. I can't believe how they love that shit. How they actually like that UI. You know what I'm saying? It puzzles me. How you know what I'm saying? And then it's just I don't like the controller, the PlayStation 4 controller. I don't like it. It's terrible. It feel my hands feel uncomfortable when I'm fucking holding it. My hands are
Hands going to crab
yeah
on settings.
yeah. Our controllers are way better. You know what I'm saying? Our controllers on the Xbox One is way better. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy put up a different point. We got better players. That is 100% fact. Actually, that is very true.
That Unchained Jimmy or Jimmy?
Unchained Jimmy is in the comment section.
And then that console like a damn spaceship from Deep Space Nine or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit that came from out of Pluto or Mars or some shit. Like it flew down to Earth. Fucking just.
Jimmy
shit.
says he hates the music on the PSUI. I agree. I'm like, oh, it feels like I'm like being sung a lullaby every time I turn the system on.
It is elevator music.
That shit like stairs. That shit like you climbing down stairs or some shit like stairs. What the fuck? It went from 2 set of stairs to 3 set of stairs. The PS4 Pro was two set of stairs, and now it's 3 set of stairs. I can just walk down that piece of shit.
Oh my! Like I can't even imagine what. Like, all right, Cyclones, you give your reason. Go ahead.
All right, first, if I'm talking to somebody why the Xbox One is better, it's a better deal than a PlayStation 4. First, if you look at the pricing, the bundles, the games that's included with the console, all around the board, the Xbox One is a better deal for the average shopper. And if you look at external storage capabilities, do the PlayStation 4 now includes external storage?
Wait, what did you just ask?
Say it again.
Does the PlayStation include like external
storage? No, it does not. It does not include external USB.
Okay, now that's another advantage. The Xbox One includes an external USB 3.0 hard drive, which you can just buy out of any local store, Best Buys, Staples, wherever, get one, add more memory. Price advantage, external storage capabilities is another advantage. Now, shall we continue?
Yes,
now,
continue.
Not only that, but the Xbox One console has aggressive console firmware update. It has the cycle of the updates are just amazing because Sony's been they've been putting out like new little stupid ass features for the PlayStation 4, but Microsoft has unleashed a herd of updates on the Xbox One. And in about the last year and a half, from functionality like Snap to refined TV watching down to interface updates, the Xbox One is crushing them. And not only that, but the Xbox One has been cramming with improvements each month.
Like if you compare the dashboard of the Xbox One when it first launched in 2013 to what you see now, you notice a major improvement and difference in just the immersiveness of the dashboard itself and how it's changed in the course of the time from when it launched to the time that we have now. It's a completely different box.
Console. And not only does hold on real quick, hold on.
I'll continue. It's a completely different box, but the flip thing that I wanted to mention, this is the flip thing because I know this friend who's asking the question and he asked me to ask the question. So The flip thing is this guy doesn't he doesn't he's probably gonna hate me for saying this. He everybody who's listening, he played the Uncharted sorry, not the Uncharted, the Witcher 3. Now, this is kind of the funny part, right? Everybody who's played The Witcher 3, he couldn't get past the intro. And this guy hasn't played a video game in years. He couldn't get past the tutorial of The Witcher 3. I am not joking. I'm being dead serious. So I had to go downstairs because he lives right below me, and he had to I had to legitimately do the tutorial for Witcher 3 in less than 60 seconds. And he wants to get a 3DS because he feels that it's, you know, it's more mobile and it's, you know, the games are better for him and stuff like that. But I'm like,
okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm back. If you wanted me to elaborate and continue,
yeah, let me just finish my story. So I did the tutorial for The Witcher 3. Did you ever play The Witcher 3, Cyclonus?
Yes, I have.
Okay, my friend that's asking this question to us couldn't get past the tutorial of the game, so he couldn't get past the beginning. The very beginning.
No comment.
Yeah, he's probably gonna hate us for doing this, but it's fine. But it's kind of funny. But anyway, so he wants to get a 3DS. I'm like, why are you getting a 3DS when the Switch is just coming out? That doesn't make any sense. And he's like, oh, it's cheaper. And I'm like, that's probably true. But what kind of games do they have? And we all know that the 3DS has an abundance of library on a GameStop freaking shelf board. So it's like you have tons of games to choose from, but it's just like I would choose a home console over a handheld any day. And that's just me. But the thing is, he's not really that like hardcore type of gamer. Like I don't even know if he would be those type of gamers that would play Minecraft. Like I don't know if he would be one of those type of gamers. Like he likes I know he likes Pokemon. I know he likes those type of games, but like for someone that like on his side that Xbox doesn't really show that to him. I mean, I could say you could buy the Xbox just for the media services in general. Like you could buy it just to watch Netflix and Hulu, but then that's kind of a waste of Basement. You're right. Yeah, he probably should stick to his phone, but I'm not going to go there. But it's. I would hate for a system just to be used for a media advantage because that's just kind of a waste. You should buy the system because you want to play games on it. But you can elaborate more, Cyclonus.
Oh, I forgot what I was up to. Oh, we was talking about the reasons why the Xbox One is better than the PlayStation 4, and I think I was talking about the updates.
Yeah, the update.
Okay, now if you look at the Xbox One, right? They have been pushing like updates and improvement each month, and if you really look at it, it's easily more than like any release update seen on the Xbox 360 or even the original Xbox One. Before that, it's like quadrupling the updates from the past consoles.
What do you think the Scorpio UI is going to look like? Do you think they're going to keep the dashboard with the Windows 10, or do you think they're going to morph it to a certain degree? And that's a comment. That's a question to the whole comment section. If you want to answer that in the comment section for me, do you think they're going to keep the UI that we have now on the Xbox One with the Windows 10 version, or do you think they're going to change it a little bit?
I think it'll be the same Windows 10 user interface, but I think they're going to tweak it a little bit more, and it might be just a little bit more redesigned for the Scorpio. But it'll basically be the same interface, but I just think it's going to be redesigned somewhat. Not that much different, but just a little tweaking here and there. Something different. They just give the Xbox Scorpio a little uniqueness, just not much different, but there is something there that's sort of different. I think they're going to go with that.
The other difference between the PlayStation and the Xbox is that the PlayStation, and I asked the GameStop clerk about this, and he told me this was the reason why. He said it really depends on the game in question because not all games require to be installed, before you play them. Some you just put in the disc in it and it reads it like a 360 or a PS3. Keep in mind, guys, I haven't had a Sony product in my house since PS2, so if I'm a little slow on this concept, you can forgive me. But I noticed when I plugged in the PS4, it didn't install it all the way like the OG PS4 did to the hardline disc. So it's like like, wow, so it just reads the disc and it plays it like that. Whereas on Xbox, it has to install it first to, actually play it. So or it installs halfway and then you can play it as it installs, whatever the case may be. But I noticed that, and it did that to all the games that I got for it, and I got all 4 Uncharted, and I got God of War, and there wasn't a single one that took longer than 10 seconds to read the disc. So I was like, wow, that's actually pretty quickly. Now that doesn't make me want to be a pony, because personally, I think that's I think they kind of morphed it with the Slim, and they morphed it. I don't have a Pro, so I can't really say what the Pro looks like. But when I played Battlefield Hardline on the OG PlayStation 4 at the launch event, it had to install the whole game first before you played it. Now it just reads the disc and it automatically plays. But the clerk said that it has to do with in certain titles it does that to it, and some titles it doesn't do it. It depends on the size of the disc, I guess. But that's that's one of the major differences I noticed between the two. Is like Xbox, you have to install it first, and then some PS4 titles will automatically read and you can play it off the disc.
Yeah. So the person that was wondering why the Xbox One is better, updates, the controllers, because not only with Microsoft doing these updates, they're committed to bringing monthly improvements like to the console, and it's not only listening to fans.
It's an ever-evolving ecosystem
behind its product for the long run. That's another thing that you have to consider. The Xbox One is built for the future. It's future-proof. You want a console that's in it for the long run, that's designed for the future, that can keep up with technology, gaming, and everything else that's going on in the world. So when I went to go purchase my Xbox One, I wanted a console. Why I chose the Xbox One over the PlayStation brand, and just like I did last generation, it's because the Xbox console gives me more bang for my buck. I get my money's worth. Not only do I get a superior and the best gaming console on the planet, but I also get the best entertainment console on the planet that keeps up with technology. Not only can I game, but I have incredible apps, incredible entertainment, and my console is designed to keep up with technology and what's going on in today's world. It's built for the future, unlike the PlayStation 4, which remains unchanged from the day that it's launched and to the end of the life cycle. That console remains unchanged, and to this day, from 2013, the PlayStation 4 console is almost unchanged. It's the same console that you got out that box that day in the year 2013.
Okay,
which is sad.
Now hold on. I wanna come in for 1 minute.
I could go on forever. How the Xbox One is better.
Let me come in for.
I think they enjoying that.
No, check this out. Answer this question: do the PlayStation 4 Pro have backwards compatibility?
No, they have something called PlayStation Plus, I believe.
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
So
you got to pay for games that you already bought.
Yeah.
So you have to,
they can't read backwards compatible discs, so you have to buy them all over again.
Okay. So that's another reason why we can say Xbox is better.
Yeah, of course.
And then another question.
Well, you mentioned the controllers too.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
I do want to mention. Oh, you can go first.
Another thing, real quick. Do PlayStation 4 Pro have a 4K Blu-ray drive?
Well, they say they can upscale to 4K, but they don't have a 4K Blu-ray drive, so they left that out of that box.
Yeah, it's not there.
Okay, so they have all this power, but no 4K Blu-ray drive.
Yep.
Enough said.
Yeah, blame broke ass Sony.
Enough said.
It's not our fault. It's broke ass Sony.
But then this is another question that everybody has. It's like, if you don't, because I've heard this being asked earlier, is if you don't have a 4K display, is it worth upgrading to the current generation of games?
Oh, hold on. Repeat that.
Okay. So say you don't have a 4K television, for example. Okay. Say you don't have a 4K television, is it still worth it to upgrade to this generation of gaming?
If you don't have a 4K, yeah, because this generation mostly thus far has been 1080p.
But would it be worth it to get the Scorpio is the other question. If their main selling point is 4K 60.
Well, a 4K capable
yes,
console,
native,
4K
running
capable,
games and native 4K. Yes, it's definitely worth it.
yeah, a 4K capable console. You know what I'm saying? You people want that experience. That's one reason that people are looking forward to purchasing the Scorpio, because of the 4K experience. You know what I'm saying? People want to experience that 2160 3840 times 2160. People want that. They've been wanting that for a long time now. So I believe that, you know, if you want the 4K experience, they're making it so easy for people to go out and get a 4K television. I mean, they having sales, like every time you turn your head, they have sales on 4K televisions. You don't have to go out and get a 60 or 70 inch and spend about $4,000 to $5,000. I mean, you can get you a 40 inch, which they still have it, you know, at for $300 and something dollars. You can probably catch it, on eBay or Amazon, for a cheap price, for $200 and something dollars for 40 inch or a 44 inch, or maybe even the 50 inches they got on sale now. So right now, I feel like, I mean, some people are unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, to purchase that, but I'm just saying, the majority of people that's going to purchase a Scorpio shouldn't have no problem, if they don't have one already, getting a 4K television, because you want the full experience. Why go get a Scorpio and get a 10 and go get a 40 inch or 50 inch 1080p flat screen TV? That's just ridiculous.
Why have a Scorpio if you don't have a 4K television?
What's the point?
There's no point behind that.
That defeats the whole purpose.
But
That's why before the launch of the Scorpio, yes, I will be pre-ordering on launch day in 24 hours within Microsoft's announcement of Scorpio pre-orders. Yes, I will pre-ordering mine. But what I did was I took care of my 4K TVs before the launch of the Scorpio. Smart man.
Yeah, see, the kicker is
once the Scorpio comes, my home is 4K fucking ready. So
he's gonna have a 4K embassy, everybody. He's gonna have a 4K embassy, just like next gen.
and you know why I got my 4K TVs? Just for the Scorpio. And you know what I did too? I didn't go and buy full price. I waited for sales. I waited for the holidays. I waited for deals. And you know what? I acquired two 4K televisions, UHD, and I'm ready. See, I'm getting ready before the Scorpio's here. See, that's a smart Xbox fanboy right there, brother. Can I get a...
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
See, the funny thing is, I have 3 Xbox Ones. I have 2 S's. One is in my living room, and it's on a Vizio series, 2015 model. Then I have the Gears of War S, which is in my bedroom that I fall asleep to. That's on a 1080p E series 2014 55 inch, and then my PlayStation is on a 2011 Vizio series. I think it's still E. It's either E or D, I forget. But it does still do 1080p. So I have a 1080p embassy besides the 4K one in my bedroom. But the one that I want to get for Scorpio is going to be the KS 8000 or 9000, whatever that Samsung one that everybody is boasting about. But I want to know if that has better input lag, because that's what I care about when I buy a television. I don't, the resolution, I care about resolution, but because I'm a competitive gamer, I care about input lag. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's how long it takes for the image to go from console to television. So say you're playing a match of Halo and someone's television refresh rate or input lag is at a better level than yours. That means they see you coming on their television faster than you appear. So shout out to my boy Jimmy who plays Halo with me. I don't know what your input lag is on your television, but the whole possible reason why I might sometimes beat you is due to the fact that my input lag is a 2015 high spec model, whether whether yours is, I don't know, but the whole thing is half of it is skill and half of it is the hardware that you use. That's why most of the MLG players play on small monitors, because the monitor refresh rate is like quick. It's mad fast. The bigger the screen, the more you have to pay for the better input lag, and sometimes it's really hard to find that input lag that fits your the size of the television that you want. My boy Dealer, shout out to him. He claims different. He claims that size doesn't make the difference with the input lag. Definitely makes it with the price. Jimmy says I have an old ass 1080p TV.
Yeah, well, tell Jimmy don't feel bad. I have 3 1080p TVs, and I have 2. I have 2
1080p TVs, and I have 2 4K.
And I have 2 4K televisions. You know what I'm saying? And I thank goodness that I have an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? That has a 4K Blu-ray drive, so I can watch these these great movies on HBO to go. With that 4K, beautiful 4K resolution.
I just don't have the HDR television. That's the only thing I don't have. Like, I have the 4K one, I just don't have HDR. So I can watch things on like Netflix and Amazon in 4K, but I can't watch like HDR is, I don't have HDR, so I can't watch HDR. But I can watch the 4K media, but I can't do anything much else. And everything else is, when it's not plugged into my Elgato, into my computer, it's at 2160, it's like, and it runs the media in 4K and all that kind of fun jazz. So like, my parents just got a second Xbox One, and it's an S, and they put it in their living room because they got it for the 4K Blu-ray drive. So it's just that, just another reason why to buy an Xbox, I guess. But anyway, I want to give a quick round of applause to everybody that helped me do this show tonight. We have been going on about an hour and a half, if everybody's looking at the clock now. But I want to give a big thank you to all the solid five views that we've had throughout the light. We have 10 likes, guys. Everybody, we got 10 likes tonight. 10 likes and 3 dislikes. So I appreciate the less hate. Keep in mind, everybody that watches this eventually, the hate doesn't affect me. I bask in it. The dark side is with me. But if you're gonna try to troll me, please try to do it nicely. And the P series is nice, Jason. I agree. But it's just like, you're gonna hate, but it just doesn't affect me. It just makes me happier. So if I wake up at 2:00 in the afternoon and I see all these hate messages from people, I'm like, wow, I did my job, and all that fun jazz. But we're gonna try to do this show at least once a month. And as hard as it was to get everybody together tonight, I hope it only gets easier. But
Tuck is missing, man. Tuck.
Yeah, Tuck. Yeah, shout out to Tuck, because Tuck wanted to be here, but he had a date with his pillow, and that pillow was really calling for him all night long. So we had to do the opening show without him. But he was here in November when we did the first test run of this. So I'm happy that everybody liked it. And we will definitely do one at least once a month. I'm aiming to do this podcast at least once a month. And as the years go, what's up, old snaps? What's up? Just closing out. As the months go by, we'll assess how much we want to do this show, and so it's going to be a group effort. But next time we'll definitely have Tuckmaster with us, and we'll definitely have some more topics. Any topics that you guys want us to cover in these future shows, let us know. And yes, Snaps, this was my first episode, and we're about to be done. So I'm happy that we were able to get this done, and it is 12:02. But we had a lot of fun. Thanks, Cyclonus and Andrew Tucker, for doing the show with me tonight. And it was really nice to get all this off my chest. So it was a really fun show.
And I just want to say something before we end this off.
Yeah.
I hate the concept that people gravitate to speaking about. And when a console, and I want to play games. I want to play games. Like, I just want a console to play games. This is not fucking Super Nintendo and Sega fucking Genesis. Fucking idiots. This is not that era. This is the year 2016. Right now, consoles are multimedia gaming devices. I hate that when they say, I just want my console to play games. I'm just interested in games. If you have a fucking console and all you do is play games and you don't do anything else, you're fucking retarded. You're retarded. You're fucking retarded. If you have a console and all you do is use it for fucking games and that's it, you're fucking retarded. I want a console. It's year 2016. I don't want my console to only play games. I want my console to do more functionality, engagement, features, advancement. You know, it's the year 2016. Our consoles are supposed to be more. These motherfuckers are running around like this is Super Nintendo and fucking Sega Genesis. Give me your fucking break. If you're on your consoles and you're only gaming and you do nothing else, you're fucking retarded. You don't need to be in the console circle, fucking period. I chose the Xbox because not only does it game, but it has everything else. Everything.
Yeah.
More
I don't just choose
a lot more.
I don't just choose the Xbox because I play games on it. I choose it for the media player that we all know that crap loves so much. You know, I'll tell you what my day is like because
functionality,
multiplayer, socialization, and anybody who calls me a social reject, I gotta ask, how am I a social reject if I play Xbox? Like there is such thing as socialization on Xbox Live. Am I not wrong? I mean, I think I'm right. I mean, that's I got called a social reject, everybody, in my comment section earlier today because, you know, all I do is play Xbox, but yet Xbox is the most social of the whole concept. So if you want, you know, no hate to Nintendo, but they're the ones that are lacking on that social piece right there.
You know what? I just don't think everybody just plays game. I just think that the community found that line, it just found that quote and just ran with it. You know how certain people say things that they don't actually do? I just think saying I just want a console just to play games, I just think it's just something cool that
like
to fucking say, but it's not reality. Come on.
Yeah, you use it for its features, use it for its games, and use it for its full functionality. What I do is I play games during the day when I have the feeling to play it. So I'll play Halo 5. Then when I'm ready to go to sleep, I'll put on media player. I'll plug in my external drive. I'll plug on my I'll plug in my 2.5 Men Season 2. I'll press play. I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up. Functionality on its second run. I go in the next room. I turn the other one on. I go
functionality.
Boom. You know, I watch Netflix. I watch Amazon. You know, I have all these features that are at my disposal. And if you're just gonna buy it to use games, like I think you're just wasting the console's full
full potential.
Full potential, full potential.
And you got some people with, if I'm gonna say this before I go, you got some people with that old school mentality, and it's sad to say that, you know what I'm saying, like it's some young people with old school mentality. I play this game, I want to play this game, I just want to play these games, I want to play this game, I don't know, I go watch TV, I go out there, watch TV on my on Comcast, on my Comcast box, and I got all the cable I need, I don't need them, you know what I'm saying? So you got people like that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, why you got all these other things that come
that it can do, that it's able to do, that it's able to give you, and you're just not using it for it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And in those days of just getting it for just gain, them days are over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a whole new generation, you know what I'm saying? So
and shout out to O Snaps in the comment section. She said that if that's what you want it for, go get a 360. That's that's a positive point. I give her that. That is a very good point.
Yes, thank you.
That is a very good point because that's what the Xbox is known for, is being the multimedia device. It's the multi-feature device. It's the multi-gaming device that it can do other things besides just play games. It can do things at the same time than just play games. Like exactly. I could play Halo and I could play my Groove app music in the background, so I could be listening to freaking NSYNC or freaking Weird Al while I play a game with Jimmy. We were recording yesterday and I had freaking The Night Santa Went Crazy as we were playing. It's like it can do other things besides just play games. So it's like it can be used for that functionality. You just got to learn how to use it. But however, this is kind of the positive thing about it, and this is why I started my Common Sense series. If any of the haters are watching, the whole reason I started it is because Xbox One is not idiot-proof. That is a pure fact. It is not idiot-proof because there are still idiots out there that don't know how to use it. And my job is to show how easy it is to press something called an invite to party button on your screen. Click. But no, I digress. Yeah, Jimmy, you kind of did suck last night, but at least, you know, I got to say that, you know, that Not guy beat us. The haters will find me. I agree, but it's all about Britney Spears. Jimmy says. All right. Anyway.
2017 is shaping up to be another great year for Microsoft and Xbox. I'm definitely looking forward to the Xbox Scorpio. I can't wait to see what Microsoft has in stores for us. I'm stoked. I'm excited. And 2017 should be a great year. Great games, you know, great IPs. More innovations, more advancements, and more things that come.
More updates. And remember, we also have that Beam service. Oh,
Beam yeah. Oh,
yeah. We got that Beam coming this year. So you know that's supposed to replace Twitch. Everybody.
Ponies, y'all gonna get fucked up in 2017. It don't look good for the fucking ponies.
But anyway, I want to give a
again. Great time to be an Xbox One owner, and definitely not a good time to be a PlayStation 4 owner.
Yes, definitely. But I want to give a quick thank you to everybody that came in tonight and everybody who's in the comment section. Shout out to O Snaps, Jimmy, Kelvin. Thank you for stopping by. Everybody that came in.
What's up?
And we appreciate the input. And next month when we do this again, I will give you my thoughts on the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So that's something I have to do at the end of the month, and I will give you what next time when we all meet together as a group. Hopefully, Tuck will be with us. We will. I will give you my thoughts on what I think about that thing if I don't do a video automatically over it. So before we go and before we sign out, I want to just say to you, ponies, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you, ponies.
You're scaring me.
Later, guys. Peace.